Hello, my name is Greg Dickinson, and I am a student at Liberty University. Today, I have the pleasure to present my interpersonal communication project as a teacher, coach, parent, friend, and family member. This course has taught me the importance of interpersonal communication skills that can be used both personally and professionally. To give you an overview of the presentation, I'll begin by defining interpersonal communication. I'll then discuss my overarching goal and how communication plays a part in that. Next, I'll discuss my behavior blend based on the uniquely you assessment as well as the communication barriers. Lastly, we'll discuss solutions the course has taught me to overcome communication barriers and my action plan. Our textbook defines communication as a continuous process. It's complex and it's an ongoing process. We collaborate with others through the verbal and nonverbal meaning making. This means we collaboratively construct meaning together. Interpersonal communication is a subset of communication and it emphasizes the person. Now that I have provided a basic understanding of communication as well as interpersonal communication, you might ask the question, how is this information useful? As I mentioned earlier, I have various roles of identities such as teacher, coach, and parent. Being able to communicate effectively with others is an essential life skill. At work, I use communication skills to develop others and foster collaborative relationships. On the other hand, as a family member or friend, I use communication skills to listen to others, solve problems, and resolve conflicts. That said, building trusting relationships and being successful requires the ability to interact with others effectively. The course and uniquely you assessment has taught me that one of my weaknesses is self-disclosure. While I am a people person, I do not open up to others easily. With that being said, I'd like to become a better leader both at work and at home. I will work on practicing self-disclosure skills so that I can build trusting relationship with coworkers, families, and friends. As mentioned earlier, I took the uniquely profile. This assessment provides a behavior profile based on the 4 DISC personality types. The personality profile indicates whether you are an active or passive communicator, and whether you are more task-oriented versus people-oriented. The people provides great insight on how to improve as a communicator and leader. People who have D traits are more dominant and are able to make decisive decisions. The I type is more social and is good at impressing others. On the other hand, people with the S profile are steady and stable. You can trust them to stay the course when given a task assignment. Lastly, the C profile is cautious, careful, and compliant. My personality profile indicates that I am a steady influencer. I have a blend of both the S and the I. This means I am more people-oriented rather than task-oriented. I can be outgoing in crowds, but can be reserved in small groups. Also, I would prefer to talking to others rather than completing a task. As you can see, the charts for what is expected of me and what is actually me both indicates the S and the I personality traits. This means my personality traits are consistent both at home and at work. To give you a better understanding of my profile, here are the strengths and weaknesses. I am more emotional and have genuine concern for others. One of my strengths is empathy and showing others I care. Empathy is listening to another person's concerns without judging them. Francis Walcke states that empathy is not only understanding another person, but communicating to that person that you understand them. My profile indicates that I over-rely on my social skills and charisma. I must be mindful of not allowing others to take advantage of me. I tend to avoid conflict and being direct with others when needed. As a leader, I must practice being more assertive and decisive. Conflict avoidance is a major weakness of mine. This course reminded me that I avoid self-disclosure and sharing my emotions and feelings with others. Self-disclosure means you are aware of who you are, and you take the risk of trusting another person to be accepting of you. One of the reasons I avoid being open with others is due to what Rosenthal describes as perceived harmful consequences, such as a person not liking me. This reaffirms my uniquely you profile in that I want others to like me. In addition, Rosenthal suggests that self-disclosure leads to trust in others. I typically am not trusting of others and do not feel safe or secure around people that I don't know. This could be attributed to past experiences of broken trust. Lastly, another reason may be conflict phobia in that I avoid verbal fights, angry feelings, or intense conversations in fear that the person may reject me. I realize that there are benefits of self-disclosure, such as developing deep and intimate relationship with others. It is also an important stress reliever and can be freeing experience. By not opening up, I miss out on the potential to build intimate and deeper relationship with others. Resources and concepts that will help improve my self-disclosure skills include the talker listener card process. The talker listener card activity is when two people practice having difficult conversations. The talker's responsibility is to share feelings and thoughts without accusing or judging others. I simply need to practice sharing my feelings and thoughts more often. On the other hand, the listener's role is to provide safety for others to talk without agreeing, disagreeing, defending, or advising. The talker listener card process will also be helpful in improving my listening skills. Good listening skills helps to diffuse anger, which is helpful in resolving conflicts. With that being said, this process will be beneficial in helping to overcome avoiding conflict-ridden situations. Additional concepts that I found helpful is using the appropriate self-disclosure. Stewart suggests that you choose wisely who you share feelings and thoughts with. Additionally, I want to focus on better understanding the flat brain theory and become more in tune with my emotions. Peterson suggests to recognize and accept emotions. Then we can decide what to do with this energy. Lastly, once I have a better understanding of my emotions, I need to be bold and confront my fear of self-disclosure, which may mean that I practice building trust with others. My action plan consists of practicing sharing my thoughts and feelings to others. However, I need to be wise and use judgment of who I open up to. I will practice openness with family and friends who I have built trust with. Lastly, I plan to practice the talker listener card process to become a better talker and listener. Using these strategies will be helpful achieving my overall goal of becoming a better leader and learning to build intimate relationships with others through self-disclosure. As a Christian, I think it's important to meditate on scriptures and biblical teachings to help overcome anxiety, fear, and to deal with life changes. One scripture that I found particularly helpful for my actions plan is James 5th chapter 16th verse, where God reminds us to confess to one another. It reveals the power of self-disclosure, which is healing. In addition, 2 Timothy 1st chapter 7 verse, it reminds us that God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of power, discipline, and self-control. These scriptures will be beneficial in executing my action plan. In my closing, improving communication skills is an ongoing journey. You never arrive. However, we must be intentional about improving these essential life skills. This quote by Paul Myers says, communication, the human connection, is the key to personal and career success. It serves as an important reminder that communication skills are key to success in life, work, and relationships. That is the end. Thank you and have a blessed day.